Hi everybody, welcome back to the Life to the Max show. We're still in the very beginning stages of this show. I want to make this show a very a fun variety show where we have a lot of different segments and got to hire some people to help me produce this thing and edit and all that stuff. Right now it's just me and my son Jake, and he's doing a great job video editing everything for us. But I caught some things recently at my sister's house, and I wanted to get them out before I went on this weekend trip. My sister, Mindy, had some great Mindy moments. I ended up capturing a bunch of them. So here's the first one, and I'll share the rest of them with you. First one's a fun one. She made these really great, well, she had a neighbor that gets surplus food and other things from stores that they're going to be throwing it out. And rather than go to waste, they're repurposing it. And so they happen to have these bread trays that are the perfect size to make a sifter out of. So she made this really great sifter. She's going to be sharing a video on how she actually made that. And I happened to be there when she was actually sifting some potting soil. So this is a really cool, not potting soil, but compost. And she was sifting it, making almost perfect potting soil. And then the stuff that didn't go through the sifter, she put in, and it became a perfect mulch bark. Really great video. So check this out, and this will show you how to actually make one of these and how to use it. We are here in the process. We all know Mindy, and in a future Mindy moment, we'll share with you some videos she made on how to make these great little sifters. These are old bread trays that we got used. They were actually given to us, but I bet you could probably find some somewhere if they're trade them out. This is where they put the bread on, and then they stack them up above that, and they put more bread on and stack another one on. There's a couple of them over there. And if you haven't seen the one where Mindy made it, we'll probably put a link here. But we got this 1/4-inch hardware cloth, and she cut it so you have it on both sides, up the sides, and then she puts the compost, and you get this from a landfill that has all their...
And they're really careful about what they take in, so I trust it, and we've had great results. My neighbors all have great results with their compost.
It's really nice and dark and really beautiful. So she's sifting out the bigger stuff, and then she can use that right there as mulch for some of the other areas, which is actually quite beautiful. So
and then you end up with just this nice...
Oh wow, look at that.
Soil.
Wow, that's just like potting soil. That's fantastic.
Yep. And this whole pile was $30. This whole one whole truckload was $30.
Really?
Yeah, so I get 2 products out of it, and it's fantastic stuff for growing.
Oh wow,
yeah.
Well, even if you're going through your existing garden, sometimes people start at one end and they just kind of dig it up, and if there's weeds, they shake the weeds off, and you can actually pound the weeds in here, get all the dirt off, and then
that's a great idea.
And then you can take the weeds, throw them in a compost pile, and let them decompose, and then you've got all that nice dirt, and then any rocks and stuff, you can take them out, so you don't have to fight the rocks in the future.
And sometimes there's little bits of garbage, so I kind of get those out, just because occasionally stuff flies in.
Yeah. But beauty is it's just the perfect size for a standard size wheelbarrow. Yep. Which, by the way, I thought it was wheelbarrow forever.
Yeah, I looked it up.
It's B-A-R-R-O-W, whatever a barrow is. But a barrow has a wheel.
Yes.
There's some newer ones that have a round wheel. Oh. It's a ball, so that when you're rotating, it doesn't tip sideways. Yeah.
Unless you want it to.
Yeah. But anyhow, then she spread it out, and then you just shake it, and oh wow, that went through really fast.
Yep. And you just...
Holy moly, that went through really quickly.
Yeah, it kind of congregates here, but it's sifting right through this end too.
Yeah.
So it just...
But you could tip it that way, and then just do it some more. Oh wow.
It's just really fast.
Wow, that's surprisingly quick.
Occasionally you get a little clump of soil, and I just smash
you can just
those.
break it up, just smash it.
Not too many right here. And then I just...
And you just dump it in there. Wow, that's very impressive.
That to wherever I'm trying to cut down the weeds.
Is that been cooking for a while, or is that recent, or how long have you had that pile?
We got it unloaded yesterday.
So how did they do it? Did you have to move these trailers and everything?
We just did a wheelbarrow from our truck. It filled up the back of our
you just filled the pickup, and then you just...
Oh,
okay.
I mean, if
you didn't have to take it out of the truck, you could literally take it out from the truck as you put it in here and sift it as you go.
From the truck on here, but it was kind of heavy for the truck because it was a pretty heavy load.
So,
and I do put this little stick here because it just makes it so I don't have to fiddle with it.
Oh, it rolls on it, yeah.
It rolls, yeah. And occasionally one side will fall in. But I don't want it any bigger than this because then my good soil's falling outside.
Oh, yeah.
So this just makes it roll.
Well, that's perfect. A dowel or a straight branch would work great. Yeah, that reduces the friction and allows you to do it really quick. Very clever. How many shovelfuls do you put on there?
My son likes to do just a couple. Sometimes I have this pretty full, but then it can tip over the side.
Oh, okay. So. And since you're going against the two taller sides.
So then we've got a big chunk, and it just...
And look how quickly that breaks down.
Yep.
Wow.
And it's just beautiful dark stuff. It just makes such a difference in the garden.
Here's another idea, and this is what I'd like to get everyone to start doing. Hopefully I get this out before Memorial Day, but all the memorial parks, the cemeteries, everyone goes and delivers flowers on Sunday and Monday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and then they have a sign saying that they'll all be removed the following Monday. So if you want your decorations, you got to pick them up before then. And they usually just have a front end loader, and everyone just picks up everything, throws it in there, and they go and dump it in the dumpster, and it goes to throw away. And I'm like, why would you throw away all that perfect potting soil? And so in times past, I've gone and volunteered saying, hey, look, I like to repurpose stuff. And we're all about living green these days. And I'll help if you just put it in my trailer or in the back of a truck or something. And then I'll just go through it then. But if you can just put it in there and then dump it in the back of my truck, I'll help and pick up things. You have an extra helper. And we're repurposing things. And most of the time, they have no problem with that. And,
I did that. You told me that idea. I did that, and they were fine. They were good.
Yeah.
And I even had some chrysanthemums they were throwing away, and I put them in my yard.
Oh, almost all of them are those mums and those flowers. And I went home and I planted them, and they grew right up. They became very big plants at that point.
Yeah.
But,
they were fantastic in my yard. It just gave me fall color that was spring.
Yeah. So rather than have that go to waste, you can throw it in a pile. You can compost it. You do have to go through it as you put it in there, because a lot of times you separate the plastic buckets, and you can repurpose those for planting tomatoes the next year or whatever kind of crops you want to grow, and start your starts indoors. And then come out and plant them when they're ready. So you get free planter containers and free flowers if you want to replant them, or free potting soil, and just to make sure that all the hangers or anything like that people use to kind of stick it in the ground, hold the plant in place so it doesn't tip over, that doesn't end up. And then if you have a chipper shredder from a neighbor, you can chip it all up and let it compost over months or years or whatever. And you've got all that potting soil, all that organic matter, and you can mix it up with some of this.
Way to keep it out of garbage cans.
Yeah. Hate seeing all that good potting soil go to waste. So, and it's great for grow boxes because that makes it super easy to weed. I mean, you see a tiny little weed, you pluck it out with your fingers, and seconds it's done, and you don't ever have to worry about it getting thick, big plants and weeds that get deep roots and in hard soil that you've been walking on, and it's a nightmare to try to pull the top out, and the bottom stays in the ground and regrows, and all those little things that make you want to give up. Is that a dirt thingy right there?
Nope.
Nope, that's solid.
Start to be able to pick them out.
Yeah.
The shape of them.
Oh, got a little seed pod from wherever that is.
They're going right in my garden stuff, but that's all right.
All right, well, thanks for sharing this awesome tip with us. Another thing you can do with these trays, I saw a picture on Pinterest of all places that they use them for storing potatoes in their basement or cold storage or root cellar. And they would stack a whole bunch of potatoes on, put another one, stacked a bunch more on, and they would keep all these different stacks of potatoes.
Growing in the soil, so that's perfect.
There you go.
You grow the soil, put the potatoes in the soil, then you turn around
and then store them in these racks.
Yeah.
Yeah, fantastic. All right, those are your tips for today. Thanks, Mindy. All right, everybody. I hope you enjoyed that. Great tips there from Mindy. Wonderful Mindy moment. Thanks, Mindy, for teaching us these great tips. It's fun to talk shop with you. We're all kind of on the same wavelength. Our parents taught us well. So consider trying this out. Check it out. See if you can make one of your own and do some really great stuff on the cheap or on the down low, on the inexpensive. So don't let cost hold you up on that. So anyhow, hopefully you enjoyed that. Take care. Till next time. Max out.